take a look at some of these mugshots. Know what these people have in common? They're all teachers or administrators, and they've all been accused of sexting underage students. The most recent bust was just 2 days ago, people. An assistant principal on Long Island allegedly sent overtly sexual texts to students and to teachers. That's him right there. And these cases are just from this year alone. Another teacher, not on the list, tells us there will be more busts as districts push technology more and more. So why are we talking about this now? Well, yesterday we did that story about Snapchat and how it made sexting easier for teens. When we were looking into that, this is what shocked us. How many adults, allegedly, are doing the same thing? And they're not just doing it from adult to adult, they're doing it from adult to children. It's about, you know, not just the kids, too, but the people who are in charge of your kids. Professional adults, you'd think, would know better. Dr. Tiff, you deal with all kinds of people. Does it surprise you?
It doesn't necessarily surprise me. Teachers, in general, most teachers aren't doing this. Most teachers are not doing this, wouldn't think about doing it. Predators, on the other hand, do. So teachers get that this is not okay. Someone that's a predator, I always say for any type of mental illness or any kind of complication that people will have mentally, anybody can hold it together for a short amount of time, but a lot of times people put themselves in certain positions, like in education, because they have access to children.
Oh, it's so frightening.
It's very, very unfortunate. My rule of thumb, though, is if you can't say what you're trying to say to a parent, you shouldn't be saying it to kids.
To students.
Yeah, they shouldn't be texting kids
Wait,
anyway.
why are they even using a child's phone number? I can't think of a reason.
Well,
I am struggling to think of a reason why anybody would need to text a child.
That's because you're a rational person. You're gonna make that. You're gonna have that question.
You say they're predators. You say they're predators. Aren't they just trying to get off? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's
predatory.
That's predatory if an adult is doing that to a minor.
And I've got, let's look at one of these sexters who you would argue is most likely an alleged predator. Michael Zapp was sentenced last month on unlawful contact with a minor. Here, those are the charges. He sent, listen to this, 4,300 texts to 14 girls at his school in Pennsylvania, many of them sexual, and that breaks down to about 5 texts every day to every girl for more than 7 months. And he was sentenced, people, to 6 months house arrest.
Oh, that's nothing.
Ryan, what do you, from a legal standpoint, what do you say to that?
That's nothing. That's not going to deter a thing. You know what I mean? And we have punishment in this country, in part for deterrence. That's not going to do anything. Let's talk about the kinds of charges he should have faced. Harassment, endangering the welfare of a child, sexual solicitation. You know what? In certain places, if adults do this, they go to jail for years. And this guy got off.
Well,
I mean, I'm just going to be honest here. This is nothing. And that should not be considered any kind of real punishment.
Any kind of punishment. Listen, inappropriate contact with students could start maybe with Facebook. Some school districts, such as New York City and Lenore, North Carolina, to name just 2 of them, they will not let teachers friend students on Facebook. A lot of other schools don't have any rules about this, though. So I want to bring in a conversation with Steve Perry. He is a magnet school principal in Connecticut. And thank you so much, Mr. Perry, for being with us. I understand that your school does not have a policy. Why not? First of all,
we don't have a policy against the kids and the faculty having friend relationships on the computer because, quite frankly, we use technology as an effort to help parents who want help with homework, to build appropriate relationships. Simply because someone uses technology in a negative way, it doesn't mean that technology is inherently negative.
Right, we understand that, but I don't understand why there's not more going on to actually monitor what is going on between students and teachers.
The monitoring of what happens would typically take place at home. When you're a parent and you have access to your child's accounts, which you should take the time to take a look at them and make sure that all communication with adults and children is appropriate. Most of the issues that we find, even between children, find their place on the internet. So parents, in this particular case, can play a vital role in policing the conversation that exists between their child and anybody.
All righty, it comes down to what we were talking about yesterday. You know, your kid has a phone, you better be checking it all the time.